Once again, Wildcat fans, welcome back to another Coach's Show. As you can see here, we're talking with Coach Caludy St. Louis of the men's soccer team. I'm Brad Welburn, and let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it because we got a lot to cover today. Soccer teams have 2 games coming up this week. They just played on Saturday, so I guess let's first talk about that game, Caludy, at home against LSUA. Another pretty tight game. Unfortunate late goal there for LSUA to make it 2-0. But you know, throughout the entire 90 minutes, I mean, you guys were kind of right there. So maybe give you your thoughts on how they played.
I thought we played pretty decently. I thought we improved a lot from the previous week against Texas College. I think we still had an issue breaking down their defense in the final third. Second half, fitness turned to was an issue as well. But overall, I think it was a big jump from the previous week, and I think we'll be all right as we start heading into D3 competition in our conference.
Right. So, and we kind of talked about this last week. And you kind of mentioned that soccer was a little bit different maybe than regular football, and that you see the biggest improvement from game 1 to game 2. But I mean, it sounds like you saw some improvement from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's partially me and my assistant coach Chan starting to learn the dynamics of our team, starting to know the personnel a little better, knowing which combinations of players work well together. And I think that's helping us improve as a team, being able to just put a better product on the field as well.
And does it a lot come down to, I mean, because you have so many new guys that really haven't played together a whole lot, just really it boils down to getting playing time together to kind of figure each other out? It's
basically, in soccer, obviously, they have to not only just be good teammates, but they have to understand the player. Hey, this guy likes the ball in space. This guy likes the ball at his feet. So they're starting to know these things the more they play together. So I think, once again, like I said, soccer is different. As they play more, as more games come and go, they'll be even better.
Right. All right, let's talk a little bit about what you're hoping to get out of these next 2 matches. You play on Wednesday against Millsaps, D3 school, and then you open up conference play this weekend with Belhaven. So as we kind of get into this mode of conference games and they kind of give a little bit more importance to them, what's the maybe 1 or 2 things you're looking for most out of the Millsaps game that you think will get yourself ready for Belhaven on Saturday?
Well, I think something we've been training on a lot in training grounds is just trying to penetrate the opposing defense. That's one of the things against LSUA. We had a decent amount of possession. We had a decent amount of possessions in their defensive half, in their half, or in our offensive third, but we just had a very big issue finding that pass that could just break things open. So we've been practicing on that a lot, and so hopefully I'm hoping to see us get a lot more shots on goal, a lot more balls behind the defensive line. So these are the things I'll be looking for to see if we can finally get some offensive mojo going.
Right, because it seems like you talked about, it seems like the defense has kind of been there through the most part for these first 2 games, and so now it's just a matter of being able to find the offense to go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, the defense in LSUA, it was a 1-0 game for most of the game, and obviously towards the end the ball took a massive deflection, and they got a second goal. With all due respect to them, they played well. They deserved the win, but we just struggled. When you struggle offensively, it puts more pressure on your defense, because the more times you're losing the ball up there and they're counterattacking, the defense eventually will break. And so we have to figure out as an offense, how can we relieve some pressure on our defense.
And I assume it does help to have a couple seniors kind of anchoring your defense with Todd and Charles back there, and Nathan in goal.
It does. Those guys know the pace of the play. They know what to expect. They can communicate. They can try to help keep things organized. So that helps. In like you just said, on the flip side, we don't really have that on the offensive end. I mean, we have one sophomore that's in the offensive game, but even he is still relatively young.
Right, yeah. All right, folks. Well, Wednesday at 7:30, roughly, after the women's game, and then Saturday at roughly 4:30, again after the women's game, your chance to see men's soccer in action right here in Pineville at Wildcat Field, and it's going to be fun. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about these 2 games. I think it's going to come out with a good result. So, Caludy, once again, thanks so much for joining me today. We'll talk to you next week, and remember you can follow LC Men's Soccer on Twitter, Facebook, all over the social media channels, and keep up with everything Louisiana College Soccer. Caludy, see you next time.